Hi and welcome to Geekology. I'm David.
And I'm Sven.
And tonight we're reviewing Star Trek, the official Starship collection by Eaglemoss, issue 90 and 91. Now, I'm really torn with this. Because I want... And now normally you get one ship you want and one ship you don't want. I've been looking forward to both of these for 3 different reasons.
Oh, okay.
Okay, do you want to start on the magazine with this
absolutely. One? Romulan Scout Ship, as seen in the Defector. Type Scout Ship, launched in the 24th century, length 89 metres, maximum speed warp 9, which for a ship that size
is ridiculous.
But you know, it's probably got a nice little singularity or why. Operated by the Romulan Star Empire. Crew 15 plus passengers. Where?
They sit on each other's laps. That's why they smile so much.
Disruptor emitters, plasma torpedo launchers. Okay. There we go. Rather nice shot of the of said ship. Romulan Scout Ship on surface, going command and course. Oh yes, of course, because it was in that other episode as well, wasn't it? So yes, it resembles a Deridex that's been shrunk, which is fair enough, and fulfilled a similar role to Starfleet's Danube class runabouts, even though it turned up. It's okay.
It's okay. It's all good.
There's the Admiral.
Admiral.
Geordie and the Commodore.
Hey, listen, it beats Data and the Spectrum.
Topographical view. Emergency hatch, yes. Forward disruptor minute, yes. Epic. Reactor radiator grid.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they did.
Fair enough. There's the Admiral committing suicide. Which is nice. Not. Romulan Scout Ship design of...
No, it's stuck with the whole concept of the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
so
which is
I like the fact that they tried to keep in
yeah.
context with the cultural heritage that they originally based the characters on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the species on rather than the characters. You know what I mean.
Yes, a bit of information on Ronald D. Moore, who of course would go from Star Trek onto rebooting Galactica. And all sorts of things.
Did a very good job, to be fair.
Yes, he did. Look, there's Riker. He's not crazy. Maybe surrounded by insanity,
but he is not insane.
And there we go. The 2 main appearances being the Enemy and the Defector.
Yep.
From Next Gen. I'm not sure if did it ever turn up in the background in DS9 and things
Voyager.
like that? I think it did. No, Voyager. Right, okay. In Voyager, they turned it backwards and painted it beige, didn't they? Something like that. But there we go, and then information about the following issue, which is sitting right there. Okay. Mag. What is it with Eaglemoss and green ships?
I tell you, Eaglemoss and green ships, it's like a curse.
But the opposite.
Yeah. No, they're cursed. The only ships you will do well are the green ones.
Okay. It is what it is. It is what it should be. I see not... I mean, you know, a lot of people probably want weathering on it. Me, not so much, because it was not very... It didn't seem weathered in the episode.
It wasn't weathered in the episode.
It looks exactly what I expect it to be.
Yep.
And expect exactly what it looked like on screen.
Okay.
So.
The only... Right. I'll be straight with you, Sven. Now, you know I have this thing for this ship. For our viewers, I like this class of ship.
He likes Romulan stuff, full stop.
I like Romulan stuff, full stop. And I particularly liked this ship because they sort of shrunk down all the components that made the big ships so identifiable. They didn't do that. This is a Federation ship. And here's a shuttlecraft which looks nothing like any of the Federation stuff. Except for the TNG Season 1 shuttlecrafts. Those things were gorgeous. Why didn't they keep those? They were beautiful. Anyway, side rant off. I love the join lines.
Yeah.
They very cleverly hid it there.
Yeah.
Standard there, really, but fine. A little bit there, yeah, but I think they hid it well.
Yeah.
My only criticism of this ship is the stark colour difference. I mean, the blacky green
Yeah.
is great. A little bit darker than I personally would have chosen. I don't like how light that green is. But that's my only criticism, and I feel that is an acceptable colour variance for that particular ship.
I mean, there's part of me that's basically going, it would have been nice to see a bit of Aztecing on it, but that wouldn't have been accurate.
It wouldn't have been accurate.
So
wouldn't have been accurate at all.
So yeah, fair play. I have. Other than,
I just think that's. I think
it's
just
a bit
smidge brighter.
It's a bit too bright.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you compare it to, forgetting the CGI nonsense, which obviously this didn't have because they had a proper model. So here's, when I referred to CGI nonsense, I meant what they've put in the magazine, because why bother? Why bother? Why not just photo the model? You compare the model as it was actually seen in the episode.
Yeah, it's not
fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
Right. Well, there's not really all you can say. It's detailed enough. It's as it appeared in the episode. It does what it says on the tin, and it's a lot more successful than some of the other vessels. But it's a green ship that's non-hero. Of course they did it brilliantly.
Of course they did it brilliantly. It's a ship that very few people cared about.
So yeah.
I say very few. I'd be very interested to see how many other people out there were actually enthusiastic for this one.
Are we going to come back to score that later?
No, let's score it now. I want to hear what you get. I know what I'm giving it. I'm very curious as to what you're giving it.
I can't give it anything less than 9 because
there's
nothing wrong with it.
It's getting a 9.5 and our viewers know it's rare I give those out. I think they did a fantastic job.
It does what it says.
Right then. Now, I was looking forward to that one specifically because Romulan, and it's in a couple of really strong episodes. Mm-hmm. This one equally was in a very, very strong episode.
Even if it is DS9.
It was still at pivotal points.
Yes.
It was very interesting. I loved the evolutionary progression of the ship, which is nonsense. They basically pulled the model and make it look different. But we'll pretend that isn't what
they'd already made it look different and then made it a bit more different.
More different. Go on then, you start on the magazine. Okay.
USS Saratoga, the second Miranda class Saratoga. Because Madge Sinclair had one first. Launched 24th century.
Move swiftly on.
They're referring specifically to this ship and not the Miranda class, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm about to go.
No. That specific ship.
243 metres, warp 9.2. It's got an upgraded warp drive from the one that was on the Reliant. Let's be fair.
Okay.
And the one that was on the original Saratoga.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just because the nacelles haven't changed doesn't mean what's inside them hasn't. Space frame can stay the same, all the systems could be upgraded.
No, I'm not arguing.
NCC 31911. Miranda class, yes. 200 crew, 6 phaser emitters, 2 torpedo launchers. Could somebody please tell me where they are? Because from what I can see, they've ripped off the bit with the torpedo launchers in.
It is missing the strap.
Captain Martin Jedlicka. Okay. There we go. One Miranda class starship without the roll bar, which to me always looks a bit weird.
You know, I don't mind them not having the roll bar, but in my head there were the voices going, "But where do you shoot your torpedoes from?"
from the resupply connectors. There we go, more shots of the Saratoga. There it is attacking a Borg cube.
Oh, this one's not straight. I was about to do a homophobic joke and then you were going to have to slap me and put it into edit for the bloopers and just no.
And just immediately put up the David's Not Gay logo.
David's Not Gay logo, yeah. No, actually, you know what? I've never had a problem with the political correctness about people's sexuality as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, if you joke, that's it. But now that people are in power in places where you wouldn't have expected it, I'm suddenly a lot more sympathetic to people's feelings.
Don't blame me.
Anyway,
back to Emissary. Here we have the USS Saratoga in its second Miranda class form. These are sensor pods. Sorry, they look like great big phaser cannons to me, especially with the pointy bit and the.
Okay, I think here's the point where we both admit to our viewers that me and you both thought they were different. I thought that they were deflector dishes, main deflector dishes to be specific. Sven went, don't be stupid. They're phaser cannons. And I was like, okay, well, fair enough, I'm not sure. Because we've never seen information about this bad boy until we read the magazine, at which point we were reading through the magazine going,
the sensor pods.
That makes sense.
What the hell?
What the hell? What?
Okay. Yes. The lines for Saratoga's computer voice were, shockingly, from Major Barrett.
No. Really?
Really? Shocking, isn't it? Yes.
I wonder if they're going to get to voice the computer for the new series.
So this was knackered at War 359, along with 40 other starships and countless other...
Whatever you got the model for, throw it in. We've got a budget this time, let's show this scene.
So literally the original model was in fact the Reliant. Of course the ship started off as a Reliant and then it got... I'm not convinced they even renumbered it for it to be the Saratoga and Star Trek 4. I've got a feeling they didn't. Because I don't think it was that clear on screen, was it, so you could actually read it.
Welcome to one of our experts.
Yeah, I can't remember. I haven't got the Blu-ray in front of me. Sue me.
I wouldn't even joke about that these days.
That's a very good point. Yes, but Mouse Sinclair was in command of the USS Saratoga, so anybody saying that Janeway was the first female captain needs to slap.
No, that's first hero class captain maybe.
Yeah, but...
And even then I would argue that because...
Rachel Garrett. Anyway.
And I can't remember the name of it, but the female captain from the slow motion picture and that was seen on screen.
The Miranda class does an incredibly good impression of a Daniel class runabout in the fact that its roll bar keeps coming and going, coming and going. So the Lantry, the Britannia, two different Saratogas. Literally, I've got a feeling someone in the special effects department went, hold on, we've already had a Saratoga, how can we make this one different? Let's rip off the roll bar and put on a couple of pods. That's what they did. I'm wondering whether those are pens with things stuck in. I really am.
Actually, I think they're blasters.
Are they? They're probably fallen off. They're not off an X-wing, are they?
No. Don't even. No, they're not. Just review the mag. You're in charge of reviewing the mag. Review the mag.
The evolution of Benjamin Sisko. Add beard. Change uniform.
Actually, it went like this. I'm going to be my own captain in my own right and do my own thing.
No, he was a commander.
Patrick Stewart said that it works better with a bald head and this will get me more attention and I will be more distinguished as an actor. I shall try this.
I tell you what.
People still don't love me, but they do like Riker. What if... Yep, there you go.
No, but he's already got a beard in the middle.
Yeah, he was listening to both.
Now what he's doing at this point is going, oh, I've met Q, I've punched him. Did he come back to my station? Did he hell?
I always thought that was a downside to DS9, they didn't do more Q.
Yeah.
Okay, it made no sense. I know it would have made no sense for Q to really piddle around with that, but I like Q episodes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Lots of people like Q episodes.
Yes, this is true. There's the defiant.
Although the ones in Voyager were best.
Avery Brooks is quite possibly one of the best actors ever seen on screen, so we know this. It's fine. He was basically.
You know this. I think he's okay. I don't think he's one of the greatest actors. I'm sorry.
TV actors, certainly.
He's a very good TV actor. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disparaging. Just.
I'd love to have seen more
say...
Patrick Stewart and Avery Brooks on screen, because that.
Yes.
That it's like when Patrick and David Warner were on screen. That was just like tour de force. So yeah, there we go. Key appearance Deep Space Nine, because
because that was it.
Pretty much. So
I like that key appearance, only appearance.
But this doesn't also mean we're never going to see the other Saratoga.
No. Well, I don't know. We might.
Okay.
So my first criticism is that the pods are not straight and not lined up.
Maybe they move.
Poorly done.
Maybe they move like you know.
Do you want to
when they separate out?
Would you like to break my model and try playing with it? Because I bet you can't line them up. Please don't. I don't want to redo that. It can go on the shelf exactly as it is. Thank you.
Well, it's not like Miranda class Starship models are, you know,
at all breakable. 4 Alliance I have gone for.
How reliable?
Might my friends with you?
It's your penance.
For the bad things I do. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, would someone please tell me where the photon torpedo tubes are?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because they're not mentioned anywhere in the tech manual.
I learned photon torpedo.
And to be fair, to be brutally fair, because you know the Reliance is a ship that I particularly like and have reviewed the tech manuals for both the recognised ones and the FASA ones and all of the ones, and I do mean all of the ones. No, it couldn't have that many torpedo launchers.
Yeah, considering the Reliant had them in the pod.
It couldn't have that many launchers if they were micro launchers, let alone the torpedo launchers for the correct time period. So new, just new. Oh my god! I'd managed to miss 92.
Magician Starship. This is why I'm suddenly glad I'm not a subscriber anymore.
I'm looking forward to it. No.
Seriously, I'm still seeing a bit of X-Wing.
Yeah. Move along. Move along.
Lock as foils into
Actually, wasn't that a DS9 episode, Move Along Home?
Let's not remember that. Blot it from one's memory.
Right. Okay, let's talk downsides.
It's got a bit of X-Wing on it.
My particular model, those are not straight.
Yeah.
So I immediately.
So what are you saying? It's a rogue one.
You should not be allowed to watch other people's franchises because it messes with your head.
I haven't seen it yet.
Let's just agree that lightsabers are fucking awesome, and that's pretty much. Let's just move along. That's all we need.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, we don't have to concentrate on space vessels where you've got magic space wizards.
I do have a bad feeling about this.
Oh. Right. My model has crooked pods, which I'm not happy about. The decaling and the paint is bang on. Yeah, like it.
I'd like to have seen a
detail.
little bit more contrast between in the Aztecing, to be fair, but it does the job.
I think that might be the light in here. I've noticed that the light in here isn't fantastic for
In
that.
fact, I can look at your bulb. Probably isn't the best move.
So the level of detailing is fantastic. I agree with you. They could have added more to the contrast.
Those nacelles are wrong.
Okay. Let me ask you a quick question. You're saying the nacelles are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that they are wrong because they haven't added lines to the outside properly, like it should have, although maybe debatable as to how the outside was done? Or are you saying that they're wrong because they didn't put any perspex on the inside to make the blue transparent?
Okay. To do the inside of the nacelles correctly, you would have to have strips of transparency, which
Piece of
doesn't
piss.
work.
No, easy to do. All they'd
What,
have
for the individual lines?
all they'd have to do is ridged plastic like they normally do, and then on the outside just either paint it or block off the plastic, which is what they've done.
But to be fully accurate, you'd have to have the lines on the outside and it be black.
Yes.
And the lines on the inside made of the perspex.
Yes.
But it's black in between where the...
No, me and you would both let them off, them having the black on the inside, if there was actually perspex there, but there isn't. They painted it. It's crap.
It's wrong.
You see, you say wrong, I say crap.
I'm trying to remember, how good was a Reliant on that? Grab the Reliant.
Due to the amazing science of being able to edit videos, you didn't have to wait the 10 minutes for me to find... Ta-da!
Here's one he broke earlier.
Well, yeah, I literally have a box full of... While you review this, I have a box full of bits from Starships, from where they've been nudged, knocked, the dog's tail got them from the shelf, and they've flown straight off these little stands. These little stands, which only 50% of them actually hold the that they are meant to hold. I have spoken to people about this, and they all tell me the same thing. Well, it's your fault for not having them in a glass case. I find it really hard to argue with those people because they have a vague point, but still. So, how do you feel now that you're holding one of the Reliant ones?
You know where the Saratoga was the same model as the Reliant, right?
Very close, yes. So, the base model was the same, they just tweaked
Would the
it.
nacelles be exactly the same?
They tweaked them, but only
By
slightly.
tweak them, what do you mean?
And they painted over.
Did they extend them? Because I don't think they did.
No, they didn't extend, it was the same. Oh
Dear.
Oh.
So
well, one of these ships is wrong, and I'm willing to bet it's this one.
Now, you'll also note that, I mean, that does look too thin and long. Really does.
No, I agree.
So the warp window does look, the coil window looks... But look, the Reliant had transparent plastic with lines in.
Yeah.
This looks really crap.
Yeah. And bad.
So it's wrong, crap and bad.
Yeah.
That's
These are all technical terms. We do apologise for any of our viewers who feel that we've been a bit too highbrow about it.
Yeah. It's wrong, crap and bad. I mean, the thing is to make the Reliant accurate, you'd have painted the outside black.
We completely forgave them all of that.
Yeah. But this is... How come the nacelles longer? It would just get registry numbers.
It was a warm day.
Oh, I saw a Constitution class on the way in and it extended. What the hell? I've got a feeling that the correct nacelle length is somewhere between these two, actually, but that does look too long to me.
It does.
It was bugging me.
And contoured in strange ways.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a shame. That's a shame. Did later Miranda classes have longer nacelles? I don't think so, because it was the same model. Okay. Bit of Reliant. Chekhov, what did you do? Five.
I love that they did it because it is obscure upon obscure.
It's an interesting variant on the Miranda class. There would be very little point in doing the Miranda class just without the roll bar.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a variant in Miranda, you're going to make it the one that's the most variant from the Reliant. I'm disappointed.
Right. I'm disappointed. The nacelles annoyed me. The fact that these are not straight on my model. I'm not saying all. There could be some out there that got through, so fair enough. But on my one, they are. Also, that should be dark grey, not white. So I'm not happy about that. The other thing, I mean, the nacelles are a big thing for me because the rest of it's fine.
But the cells annoy
It's so clear. Well, it's like when you said to me, the two things, and I was thinking, two things? Is it this and this? Because if it is, I'm very curious as to what else you've picked up on. So yeah.
Those nacelles are annoying.
Yep.
Very, very annoying.
But great, they did such a strange variant.
Yeah.
And the paint job on the rest is really good.
Yeah.
Detailing is nice. They got it right.
In most
And
cases,
then left it down there.
Screwed up themselves.
Yeah. On the other hand, £10 model.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm happy. I mean, I would have liked it to be right. But
hey ho.
see, I'm that chuffed with this one. I'm cutting this one. It's okay. So now I'm going to guess, Mr. I'm cherry picking, that does not appear in your list. Bing. Ooh, does it appear in your list? But now you've seen it in mine.
Now I've seen it, it might get it because it's a next gen ship.
Now you're still collecting Federation ships.
Yes.
How do you actually feel about that one? Does that make the cut? Or is it always going to
It makes the cut, but I'm not happy about it.
My knee
Oh, it's going to annoy me.
Yeah.
And it's going to go to the back. But it's a Federation Starship.
Okay. Well, I think you've listened to enough of us waffling on. The only things for me to mention are subscribe to us here on YouTube. And we have a live event.
Yes, we do.
Live event. So,
FCD Out of the Ashes 2.0.
Looking forward to that for many different
in
reasons.
Telford, so you will find links below.
Yep.
And on our site and various places. So
We tend to rave about the FCD group generally, but that event is going to kick. Right, so I've already mentioned subscribe. Did I mention subscribe?
You did mention subscribe, so make sure you subscribe.
Excellent. You can also follow us on both Facebook and Twitter, and of course is the official Geekology website. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Bye. Now, the Miranda class does have a tendency to...
Can we redo that without me going, eh? Because that was such a macho noise. So broken.
Anyway.
The light in here isn't fantastic for
Perhaps
that.
I can look at your bulb. Probably isn't the best move.
Please leave that in. Leave that in. That's better. You are not looking at my bulb. I refuse to let you look at my bulb.
I'm looking at your bulb.
Can we
I'm
get
not
back
going
to-
blind.
We have people who actually watch this because they genuinely think we're funny. It's because you heavily edit your parts. It's going to be editing fun for you. Remember, I'm the good one. Yeah, remember, I'm the good one. My lines in bits, dude.
That means we can look at the cells properly.
We have a live event coming up. Live event. That's really... No, you're not feeling that? Okay, let's try that
And
again.
the logo's coming up.